Hey everybody, here is your update for April 2025. I had two appointments this month. One was with my regular doctor, my primary care doctor. Not much really to speak of from that one that I can recall. It was a couple weeks ago. It was early in April. Oh, I did talk about the amlodipine and the side effects I was having, and we talked about that for a bit. And he told me to start cutting the pills in half and then to keep taking them that way because they were working. They were bringing my blood pressure down mixed with the valsartan. The side effect of, my ankle swelling as much as it did was not good. And I've been trying that and the swelling is still happening. But it goes away if I stop taking it completely. So I have been cycling off again. And I will keep doing that until I see the pulmonary doctor, the pulmonologist, in May, which is in a few weeks. Yeah, I don't see him again for 6 more months. So I'll see him again in October, virtually. Virtual visit. Then I saw the urologist a few days back. And that visit was just another one of those, man, I really emphatically say, if you are a woman, please become doctors of all kinds. Good Lord. Because I had this stuff going on with urination, which is why I was seeing him. And it was scary. And there was blood in my urine. So he had me on Cialis. And I've been on that for 6 weeks, I believe. And it's better. Much better. It's improved. So it tells me that the problems I was having were prostate related. They did another urine check while there. And there was still blood in my urine, but it wasn't visible, this time at least. And it was such a low amount that they were not going to call for any more tests unless it got worse again. But he asked, how taking the medication went, and I told him about the side effects. And the side effects were that just intense body pain. Legs and back, especially my lower back, hurt really, really bad. Like I just went to the gym the day before and did all the exercises. And his response was, wait, really? Yeah. From taking that? Yeah. In my head, I'm agreeable because I'm not trying to be a dick to medical professionals. I've said before, I'll say it again, I'm way too accommodating in the face of so much crap. This wasn't crap, this was just annoying. But I got home and I thought to myself, you've probably prescribed this hundreds and hundreds of times in your medical career. He's an older guy. He's been probably doing this for decades at this point. So I'm not the first patient he's prescribed Cialis to at all. I'm the first one to tell you about the side effects being that. And if you Google that particular medication, the number one side effect is body pain, particularly in the lower back. And you're acting surprised that I said it? What? It's frustrating. But since things seem to be evened out, I'm not 100% out of the woods, but it is better, knock on wood, because it's me. As long as things continue to be okay, I'll continue taking the Cialis. I will see him again in a year, virtually. For a segue I'll get into, for a reason why, a segue that I'll get into here in a sec. Another thing that annoyed me about that visit with the urologist was he's always like, so how, this is private conversation stuff, but how are your erections? And I'm like, fine? What? Well, I see you came in here for erectile dysfunction. No, I didn't. I came in here because I was having problems urinating. That might be too much information, but I'm saying this for anyone else out there who has a prostate and in the future goes for anything like this. Make sure your people listen to you. When I went and saw him 6 weeks ago, it was for the problem. I had blood in my urine and I was having problems urinating. I never once talked about anything sexually related at all. At all. And I know Cialis is supposed to also help that. It helps with blood flow. So again, women, females, please go into medical field because it's just I just don't know. I don't know. It's incredibly frustrating. So yeah, a little too much information there for you, and I'm sorry for that. But I was more worried about the, going to the bathroom problems. That's what was concerning me. I knew the other stuff tends to happen as we get older, and that doesn't bother me nearly as much as, oh my God, there's blood in my urine. Let's focus on that. The segue I was going to talk about, I don't see him for a year, and that's virtually, and I don't see the doctor, my primary doctor, for 6 months virtually because, let's go for a little thing, we are moving again. We did not get finalized on the place that we were looking. We had 2 places we were looking at. We did not get finalized for sure on one of them until about 3 weeks ago. We had the second one was, but it was just a lot of red tape, and it was a little annoying. Move that a little forward. It is not ideal. We are moving from a giant, massive house to a much smaller place, and I'm not excited. Justin is very nervous as well, but he wanted to get out of the city. He doesn't like it here. He does not like living in this house, and he wants to transfer back to the previous place he was working at. So essentially, I'm doing this for him because I want him to be happy. I'm not excited. I'm not excited at all. I am looking forward to going back to the town we used to live in. That's where we're going. I liked it there much more than here. But we lose a lot of amenities. We won't have a washer and dryer anymore. I grew up not super poor, like we weren't, like that, but I won't go too much into it. Times were tough growing up, especially early on when I was younger, before my brothers were born. It was tough. We had to, get food from local food banks more than once just to eat, that kind of thing. And we lived in not the nicest places. We had a roof over our head and the bills were paid, and that's all that mattered. Especially looking back now as an adult, that's what's important. But the bills were paid in quotes. Bad checks were a thing. So let's move on from that. So my dream was to live in a proper house, like a house with a second floor and a basement, and we're here. Like, this is what this is, and I've been here for 2 years. And it has its problems, as we've documented since being here. And the housing market sucks right now. It's tough to find something affordable. That's not also a step backwards into the same old duplex, triplex nightmares that we've been in prior. That was like my caveat, was like, I'm not living in an apartment complex, if possible. If that's what we have to do, I guess, okay. But, I'm getting older. As I get older, I just don't want to be bothered. I don't like loud people. I don't like loud music. I don't need to hear your TV neighbor over here who lives in a house next to us, but I can hear her TV clear as day almost every night. That's why the upstairs, this computer desk, was up there on the other side of the house. So something I'm going to miss is having the ability to, if something's going on down here, then I can just go to the other side of the house, away from that. And like, if the traffic is too loud right there, I can just go to the back of the house upstairs into the most isolated room, which is where this desk was in, where I have been recording from, and we're golden. Won't have that option. We are smack dab in the middle of college kids. So I'm nervous and I'm worried. We're hoping it's temporary. We're hoping at least that we have hot showers. We don't have that here. A shower that stays hot for more than 5 seconds, and no nasty sump pump diarrhea smell would be nice. It's always like we leave one place because of problems, and there are always new problems every time. So Justin asked if I was excited. I'm like, no, because of that. And also, I don't want to get into it, but where we're moving it's a personal, it's a like a hit to my pride kind of thing. But I just keep telling myself it's hopefully temporary and a stepping stone or something. Like, I keep saying hopefully the housing market will improve, but it's not. Like, it's look at the way things are right now. Nothing is getting better for a long, long time. We're moving in about 3 weeks. So I'm still going to be editing. I'm working on, I can show you that right now. That is Doctor Who season 9 episode 7. I've been working on that slowly because of something I wish I brought up to the doctor. In addition to all the crap I go through, I'm getting what I think is arthritis right here. And I can't like grab and turn things hardly anymore. I can't pick up a pan off the stove if it has like sauce or something in it. I have to grab with this one now. I'm falling apart and it sucks. But yeah, I have been working on Doctor Who and I will continue to work on Doctor Who. But the back half of May might be a little ghost towny because of the move. I'm going to try and document it for you so you're not in the dark about it and all that stuff, moving this a little bit. But I just want to give you a heads up. If you've recalled past videos, moving is rough on me. So we're doing it step by step over the weeks. And I think we have like 3 more weekends to go before we actually move. And it'll be my first time having movers move us. Usually we have Justin's family. But we have appliances, so which we don't need anymore because we had to buy them to live here. It's a whole thing. We are going to miss the fridge though. My BBF, my big beautiful fridge. I love my fridge. It's so nice. I cook. I've always wanted to have a big fridge and a nice kitchen, so I had one of those. So that was nice. So yeah, we're moving, and I'm stressed. Justin's stressed, but we're trying to just, as always, communicate and be open. There's a whole other story about going to see the place we're moving into, but I'll save that for another time. Maybe I might do another vlog again to fill in the content while we are doing this. I'm gonna miss living here. Well, here in this house in so many ways. Just the space and the options and all of it. But then in other ways, I'm not going to. And this town is just not at all what we'd hoped it was going to be. That's why things slowed down a little bit with uploads because I was back on a weekly schedule. But we've been packing and trying to get stuff around and organized. And, it's a lot to take in when you have all this other crap going on as well. In May, I have the pulmonologist appointment, and I have an appointment with the gastro doctor. But I'm going to try and reschedule that once May hits, because the appointment is literally the day before we move, and there's just no way. There's no way. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. That's the update. I'm going to go back to doing a balancing act of editing what little I can before my headache gets too bad, and then trying to distract myself from the headache with Fallout 4, which is right here. And I have the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remaster in the wings waiting. I don't want to do 2 massive open world games at once. That would just be too much for me. And yeah, my brain is right now. I just got done editing for like 20-25 minutes. I can't edit that long as I used to, as you might know. So I kind of just like, when I was editing, I was like, oh crap, I gotta do the video. Damn. So yeah, I will talk to you sometime in May, probably at the end. And when I talk to you again, it'll probably be either via a vlog type thing about the move, or talking to you after the move, or both. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not as nightmare-y as the last move. Yeah, there's some more stuff I want to talk about in relation to the channel, but I'm going to hold off for now. Although I will ask for some feedback really quick before I wrap it up. I've been debating going back to Doctor Who 1-1 and re-editing the reactions bits in the format that I perfected the end of Season 8 into Season 9. Like, I really just, had it down. The copyright strikes that we're getting, I was getting claims. I would still get claims, but I was getting strikes. Copyright strikes I was getting was from earlier stuff, like Season 2, Season 4, Season 5. Season 1 had already been hit. Season 1 was a wash. I think every video from Season 1 and almost all the videos from Season 2 were all copyright claimed and or had copyright strikes on them at some point. I've been debating going back, and I don't like not having reactions. The channel has suffered. The views have suffered. I know that you don't like it. I don't like it. I worked my ass off getting everything re-uploaded with no reactions. But I'm debating. The reviews would stay the same, but I would just take the reaction out and kind of fine-tune it a little more with the editing style I have now. It would just take me more time to do it. So, throwing that out there, would that be something you'd be interested in? Would that be something you have the patience for? Or should I just let sleeping dogs lie and continue on forward as ahead? What do you think? Let me know down below. And send us all the good vibes and positive energy and juju and all that stuff for the move and the health stuff and all of it. And I will talk to you sometime in May. And yeah, until then,